Hey, hey, people, come gather round. Wow, it's freaking cold. No joke. It's like they're releasing Freon in the air. I should have turned on the cooker back there. It's not that time of year, you know. But I thought, hey, all right, whatever. I want to say hello to Dory. I hope you're doing better out there, babe. I know you're having it rough. Let's see who comes in, who jumps on. Randy Rhodes. What's up, my brother from a different mother? Brother down in the south, the Confederate man. It's all good. It's all good. We're all brothers, man. You know that. It's going. And boom, it's gone, right? I mean, this world has gone crazy. So toxic. I saw a lot of what you posted today. Thumbs up, brother. Thumbs up. Wow, yeah. We'll let us give a couple more seconds here for anybody who wants to jump in. I was thinking about, can I even upload from here? I don't know. I'm up at my camp where I do carvings. I make things, man, like bears and different stuff, and I got junk all around me. But anyway, yeah, that's for another show. I try to teach young kids how to do that stuff if I can. Gotta make kids rock stars today. Gotta teach them good skills. Lord knows I need more myself, and that's the truth. So where are we in this war, this toxic time? I spoke about so much stuff months ago, and here we are in this vision of truth. It's all being thrown down in our faces every day. Beth has made it in. I'm actually starting to see you come in when she's tiny. Beth is tiny. She's the unknown behind the glass. And I want to just say this to this young lady or old biker chick. No, she's phenomenal. She helps me out a lot with stuff, keeps me company all day, keeps me motivated. When I think I can't get to any more of you people out there, she's my push. And we all need that push. And I try to push everybody that I can in the best way that I can. A lot of people feel we're failing in this fight. We're not failing in this fight. I was listening to a friend of ours. This is your friend too. She's in our groups. Angie. And she's stuck on elections and integrities and the things that are important in her mind right now, how they're changing things. Income tax, internal revenue, and I get where she was at today. I listened to a lot of views. I seen as many posts as I could. But I'm still stuck on vaccines, man. I'm sorry. I am. And they don't work. Not these ones. Not these ones. And that's okay. And my key element is, why have I pushed this? I've been pushing this before many of you followed me. And if you go back and you look and you watch some of these reruns, you'll see exactly what I was doing and who I was calling out. And they're like going to be put right in our hands now. We finally have Congress, like saying, hey, and Senate saying, hey, and I posted it immediately. I did. And I try to give everybody the insight, the time to challenge and read and check out what's going on in America and where we are with everything. And if you don't know me, I am Michael Anthony. This is 10 O'Clock Talks. I'm not in the studio. I am on the road. I'm sorry. So when I'm on the road like this and I come up even to the camp, I try to come into everybody's homes and say hello, and I thank you for bringing me into your home. Don't forget to support small businesses. Fauci, the man with more powers than the entire government, right? The actor, the liar, the book writer, the most wanted man in Washington, now being called out. Fauci, the push, now to remove and fire him and stop those paychecks. They had to include that. Thank you. And let me say this. His wife has as much involvement in this. If any of you guys don't know who she is, do some homework. I already did a big reveal on who his wife is and her 10 years where she was. And I can guarantee you the face mask idea came from Mrs. Fauci. Anyway, yes. But they want him fired now. That's politics. That's where we're finally starting to see our politics work. Yeah, so there you have that part. And I want you to support this act. The act that they're calling Firing Fauci Act. All right? Bring him to this face to face the Nuremberg trials, and whatever it takes, get him in there. What does the 10 stand for? Man, it's the book of the holy, it's the book of the dead, it's the book of Fauci, it's the Nuremberg laws. Do you see how far ahead of this the 10 stood for? I give it to you in many ways. This is the first time I'm telling you, but look into it. No, better than looking into it. I'm going to send out something through Beth, and I'll get Beth to post it, because she knows how to do this when I take things through Messenger. I get lost sometimes on how to post from there, or maybe I just don't have the capabilities or the mindset. I don't know. But with frustrations like that, I'll let Beth take over and do it. I got something that you guys will be really interested in. I really do. But it's true. There are 10... They're like the 10 commandments. And if you break them, you face the consequences. All 10 of them he did break, which he has failed on every one of them with the intent and his big lie and how he would act upon all of it. You can believe it or choose it, because we do have people that don't want to choose. I had people in the room today in the group not wanting to choose. You're gone, okay, because if you can't wake up, we'll wake you up a different way, and that's how I do it. All right, but I don't want you to forget now, his wife also was an accomplice, without a doubt, with Deborah Birx, the World Health, Gates, Obama, Biden. Don't leave Biden out of this, not for a freaking minute. The CDC, pharma in China, and more. This is part of the whole economic scheme of global world takeover, without a doubt. This has been more than a creation of a virus. It has also been a creation of control, a fear factor, and to destroy us as our global economy in all countries fail. Finally, to disrupt our elections. Boom. Key point. What happened? What happened? We already know what happened. It went right to the election issue after that. And that's where we are with it. We're in it now. We're fighting for that. And for us to get the news and to start the domino effect of where that is as we start to bring Fauci down. Stay strong with that. I mean that really. And listen, he did it. He did it. He controlled it. He played the part. He loves the camera, as they say. He loves the camera. And, with the leadership that they gave him in the White House, he took it in his hands and was single-handedly, right in front of Trump's face, tearing the nation apart. You got to put someone like this in jail. They don't deserve the air to breathe, the freedom of life. They just do not. They do not. They do not. You got to stop this fear. You got to stop this shame, as I pointed out. You got to protect the HIPAA rights. Is it HIPI? I'm not sure, but protect them, because that is part of your freedom. Without a doubt, it is part of your freedom. Okay? These experiments on the people in the world. Fauci. Fauci, Fauci, Fauci. You got to stop this. You got to support our people up there now. Marjorie Greene Taylor and the whole bundle that's come out now. And this is good strength. This is good strength. This is where we all are, all for one, in the Republic of where we are in America. I almost said Pennsylvania, and I apologize for that. The 2,000 emails. Boom. I mean, this is starting to really build a narrative here that is swinging everything around. So keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. So where are we in this pandemic with things? And what were the effects? Well, we know they were lockdowns, masks, deaths, changing of data, distorting the world economy, destroying it, including jobs, churches, rights, freedoms, abuse of science, abuse of his position. Man, it goes on and on and on. Life's destroyed, social fears, anxiety, suicides. What didn't happen? What didn't happen? Riots, fightings, burnings, lootings. It was a control economic disaster on the part of the American people, and thrown right in Donald Trump's face as he stood there and fought. And as I pointed out to you, he knew how only one way to beat this with his narrative. He had to tell the world there was a cure to change it all around. He did that. He did that. I guess we'll talk more about that in the future as we can learn more about that in the future. You know, and that's where we're at with some of those things. But don't forget about them. Don't ever forget about them. A total manipulation and an act of war on the entire human race. Trump stood once between us and them, and he told us that. Now we must stand in front of Trump and between them to protect that man, our man, Donald Trump. We now know that we stand between us, and he stood between us, and we have to put this protection veil and support him any way we can. We know he's coming on. He's going to be going everywhere. He's going to go down with Abbott into Texas. He's going to evaluate the situation, as I said last night, and I think a few days before this. Because why do I keep bringing it up? Because it's a matter of importancy. What's the importancy also about Arizona and the Florida? Now they're sending law enforcement to back it up, to back up the push of the narrative of the open border scenario. I expect a lot to come out of this, and you should too, for the better, because this is a slap in Joe and Harris's face and everyone else in the deep state who's involved in this, whether they're the Bilderbergers, whether they're the Khazar, the mafias, the coyotes, it doesn't freaking matter. The matter is that we're pushing back hard. If we stand in their face and push, that is our defense. Letting them know we're not going to take their shit, and we aren't going to take their shit, you know, we can't. So, as Trump stood between us, we now need to stand between to protect Trump as well. Believe me, they will try to hit hard. Why do you think Putin's talking the way he is? Because we have their weakest link. And we got him by his balls. We really do. We have enough on him that will take him away bye-byes for a long time. Count on it. It can happen. It's there. The evidence is there. The best is yet to come, though. And, you know, all I can say is, the money and the elites, they'll try everything to stop our side. You can count on that. They're going to try to stop whatever we do. Don't let that happen. Stand strong in your viewpoints, your postings, your political agendas that you have in your areas and your groups and communities throughout your cities, etc. Stand strong for the American people because it matters. Because we're not going to stop at anything. And we won't back down to any of their faces or any of the elites, including big tech banks, big corporations, the green deals, social medias, Hollywood, music. And did you see in the music? I got to get to that Nickelodeon. That blew me the freak away. But I've been seeing it, and I knew it would be a matter of time. The parents finally turned the TVs off from their children. You know? Yeah, they did. And if you would have saw it, you'd have turned it off as well. Thumbs up to you, too, there. I got this big image that just showed up. I don't know how it happened, but it just showed up. Good evening and welcome, everybody. I am Michael Anthony. This is 10 O'Clock Talks. I'm coming to you live from high up on my mountaintop. Anyway, I'm trying to do this a little bit fast. It is so freaking cold. They bombarded us with planes everywhere, cloaked the skies. I mean, it changed in 10 minutes. And then it was just like a barrier of icy cold air just dropped. And it's freaking cold, man. I got on 2 shirts and a hoodie, and you can't see it, but I got like a little neck wrap under here. It's like winter. And we're like, hello, July, knocking on the door. Incredible. But this is where they're taking us with that Green Deal shit, right? Anyway, yeah. So the narratives, the social media, and all the other, what we need to do is what I've always preached, and I let it go for a while, and I'm sad that I did in my own mind and in my heart. I've always told everybody, always believe in the man, not their plan. You know, people talk plan, and everybody had, the one thing Trump never told you was a plan. He gave you a narrative on where we'll go, but he will never give up a plan. He's too smart for that. Okay, so, you know, I know we're all tired of this shit show, and we can be better than them without a doubt. We need to stand up. We need to really, really stand up. And we need to do what is right for the American people, all our constituents in office. Send them support, send them love, do whatever you can. It's not always about the buck. It's the push of the narrative to make them work for us as well. I know they're out there begging right now, if you can send $5, if you can send $10, if you can send $15, you can send $20, you can do anything. I mean, come on. We're not all made of money, but I do get it that there are people with the abilities to be able to support these guys. And thank God that they are out there because it's helping them. Not everyone can do this. All right? Sometimes your voice is stronger than the currency, especially when the currency in America is at zero. It is at zero. You can't spend American dollars in a foreign exchange right now. That's how bad we are. Did they tell you that? Did the media share that? Did anybody tell you can't pull out a $20 bill and nope, you can't do it. They won't accept it. The currency is considered bad money. We have exploded in this fucking drama world of America. It's blown apart right now. Putin throws it in their face. And I mean, I got to tell you, and have I not told you, don't fuck with that man because he will put his hand on the trigger. Be careful what you wish for, Joe. Be very, very careful what you wish for. I didn't catch the end of the day today on any of the things and the segments, but we all caught a lot of tidbits of everything that were thrown out there, all the nut and bolt factors, putting them together of what conversations had occurred with NBC, CNN, and a few others that were reporting on the comments. And you gotta love it. You gotta love it when Putin asks, who ordered the killing of Miss Babbitt? Who gave that order for that man to shoot? I agree. Who did do it? Why can't we ask that question? Rockstar Putin. And if you don't know about Vladimir, it's not a bad vodka. I gotta let you know that. A little less brand of a name, but try it. That's all I can tell you. Might have something to do with the guy. Vladimir vodka. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, but anyway, yeah, who did that? And what about these 450 people? Plus that he brought up, okay? They couldn't even, because they're a citizen of the United States who could not be there to protest in a lawful manner. And truthfully, who really did give that order if it was an order? If it was an order, I don't know. But I'm glad he brought it up. I'm glad he brought that moment of that day up and threw it in their faces. It leads us to believe that there's a lot more known in the intelligences of the other governments of the other parts of the world who know about every freaking thing that the left is doing here in America. And they push the narrative, and it exposes them. And he didn't mind exposing any one of them. He points the fingers in many ways directly. And we know also that there was one person who was beaten so bad. He was arrested, beaten so bad, and people were still imprisoned over this act of insurrection on a planned pandemic, on a planned conspiracy against Donald J. Trump, including Michael Pence. And you will pay, you prick, for beating children. You will pay. We know what you did, and I even have paperwork. So I know it. And we will come to that. We will come to that in a future date and time. It's not appropriate right now. We are in a war of a different element here. But Trump knew it. Trump knew it. And that's why he couldn't give a clear answer on the stage. Well, I asked Mike. I know, because he knew but you know what? Mike took the escape route. Better to get out than get ahead. Get it? Going ahead with Trump would have probably put him right behind bars. Believe in that. Getting out gave him a little room and air of protection. But that's falling apart for Mr. Pence. That's falling apart. He's not the man everybody thought he was, by far. Back to Putin. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I know one thing. That's one strong guy you don't want to mess with. I send warnings out the best way I can to people and fair warn on some comments that I make in America. Best I can say is good luck, Joe. Good luck, buddy, because you're going to... Oh, man, there's going to be a rude awakening for Joe. Yes, there is. All right, so Fox News was reporting something on 254,000 ballots bad done in Maricopa County. Don't know if that's exactly true. I've been seeing those numbers out there forever, but people are pushing this narrative to me, and I thought, okay, I'll mention them for you guys. I don't know if that's all the truth. I mean, it's going to take to the end of the month, and we already know that. It's been public, it's been media, it's been more, it's been behind scenes reported by other good constituents that we know that are down there doing work, as well as the people coming from other cities and states to just check out and verify how they're doing it so they can follow suit in the same directions as every domino falls and has its effect. And they will in every one of these states at some point, but this is going to take time. You've seen how long this one issue took. Prepare yourself for a little bit of a road here. That's all I will say on that part. All right, now as far as the detained and the people that were held back, more on Putin here just for a minute. I forgot I had a couple more notes on the next page. And mentioning of the laptop. I mean, what did they know about this laptop? What was the secrecy of this laptop? What is the media not reporting to us that was on this laptop and who took it? Anyway, just to get that out there one more time, because we never want to forget about the laptops. I mean, let's face it, you can write a book off hunters, right? The only guy that can use the N-word proudly and can get away with it. And we've heard that recently as well. Criminals, corrupt people, their own little mafias, their own little democratic mafia, and that's what they are. They're a cult up there of just despicable, deplorable, satanistic mother. You know what I mean by that, too. I know you do. And all I can say is, Joe, sit back and watch the show and don't piss the man off. I'm sure he's got a trigger ready for your ass. And you know what? I said this to you guys, where a lot of people don't even realize what he has done, what Putin and before his predecessors did to come to the side of Americans with their military and helped us before. They don't report that type of history. No, it's all about Russia, 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 of course. And I'm not trying to rehash last night. I'm trying to get an effect of where the narrative is. In my mind, what I want you to concentrate the hardest on and support the hardest that you can in. And when you get paperwork that kind of reveals it to you, you use it. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to share some inside knowledge that I have that is telling us exactly how to stay on board in this fight. What our best avenues are and how we address all this. So it does look like Joe will come home with a little bit more than he bargained for. And it won't be the biggest dickhead award, although we know he got it. You're doing fine, Joe. We'll tell. Do you imagine the other leaders of the countries trying to help Joe get through his damn session? And come on, what an embarrassment! What the hell was he even doing here? You know. But again, they're not going to let Harris do it. They have a hiding place for her right now. She needs to be hidden. She needs to be hidden and suppressed in her own little way. Pelosi's mad at her. The world's mad at her over the border. And she can't stop laughing at a question if it has any meaning behind it, because she has somewhat of an issue, somewhat of a laughing issue. The same as Joe presented to the public in his form of questioning from reporters, where he went into the laugh. Yeah, that laugh will get you about this far in the world, Joe. 0. It'll get you nowhere. But anyway, go a little further here. And I don't have much more, because I'm freezing my ass off tonight. I don't know if my blood's just not good. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. All right, so we know we're going to get a lot of backup law enforcement coming out of Arizona and Florida to go down. They're going to probably be there to greet the president, and they're calling for huge, huge crowds. Everybody in Texas is going to be there, man. They're going to be standing strong, waiting for Trump to come and assess and talk and possibly get some words from him and some love, that we all need right now about where we are. But don't expect too much from him. He's all about business, and we know that. He'll do his lows, he'll do his pictures, he'll do whatever he can to give us comfort, without a doubt. He's never going to talk the real story of what's going on in America. Now, something that really pissed me off about the kids, but I'm glad that the parents took action. I mentioned it a little earlier. Nickelodeon, the ratings crashed. They bring out this new... Hey, look, I'm not against anybody of color. I'm not against anybody of their sexual preferences, okay? I have mine. You have yours, right? We don't talk about them. It's privacy behind doors. but this is also in front. And if we can't get to your kids in schools and you're going to stop us, we're going to use the cartoons and Nickelodeon to come out with songs, characters, drag queens, and push and push and push a narrative to children where they can become less straight. Less straight. Well, that only worked about this much. It didn't work. See, it's like, no, I'm trying. See it? Didn't work. I'm going to knock my camera over. But it didn't work. Boom. You know? No, you're not going to do this to us. And they should not do this to children or us, the people, the parent, who have made them where they are, excuse me, on the platform that they're in. You know? We made them a gravy train. We did. You know? But once upon a time, they had a good narrative. They no longer do. And if Nickelodeon's on in your home and you come out and see your child watching Nickelodeon, you better pay heed, and you may want to just change that channel. And I'll tell you what, if you go out and you hunt and you look there's a shitload of DVDs out there with Woody Woodpecker, Casper the Friendly Ghost, and the Roadrunner and more. And maybe we need to go back to what is history in our lives to give some good laughs and entertainment, a proper entertainment to the children again. Maybe that's where you need to go. Look them up online, YouTube, whatever, and say, no, this is your new menu, and that's what you're getting. And honestly, that's the narrative that we should take in America. You know? Avoid everything else that's going on out there. I also want to bring up something that's kind of sad. Down in New Mexico, where a widow now of a police officer is going to have to sue the DPS down there because they would not back up a stress call. An officer in trouble, and he was killed and murdered. Yeah. So here, we have deaths across the United States with police officers. Nobody's talking about them. I feel bad for this lady where she has to stand alone and do this on her own, but she's deserving of things. When things like this don't happen in the right way, and you're told to stand down and not serve and assist, when an officer is in distress calling for help, what the fuck is going on? This is incredible. I met with some police officers. I talked guns, guns, guns. They're really for us. They don't want this. They don't want to push a narrative of breaking a constitutional law on the people. Your first natural laws as citizens. They do not want to do this. They want no parts of it. I'm not saying that'll be everybody's outlook. I'm not saying that. But I know that we have a good force where I am who I talk to. Anyway, secret of the mission tonight really is about everything that's moving forward in Washington regarding Fauci. As I called this, and I said it would happen, and I'm not taking credit pats on the back. Anybody could have analyzed this had they put the time in and seen the things that I've seen. I'm not a visionary, you know. Please, no, I'm just a guy. I'm for you, and I know you try to help me out and be for me as much as you guys can. Stick in the narratives of what we can resolve and where our pressures stand the strongest, because that is exactly where the issues are. In the elections in all states, and the vaccine being pushed onto the children, no, fucking no. No. I sent out, best shared. There's information out there. If you need it, look it up. It's on our page. It's on your page. You, the people, are taking back America. You, the people, are that. You, the people, are the global army of Donald J. Trump. You, the people, are. Not somebody who makes a page. You, the people, are using it. You, the people, are useful to it. You, the people, are voicing. It is your page. It is your product. It is every bit of history that you're going to leave where people one day will reflect back upon and see the fight that you had put in for the American people everywhere. And you are rock stars. You are more than warriors of the 10. Man, you guys are just so phenomenal. I want you to stay hard and give as much support as you can on the Fauci Act. It's a must do. You will bring down Soros, Obama, the Clintons, Papa Bush, George Baby Bush, The list is incredible. They knew it. They knew of this plan. It was all premeditated for the longest time. I put out much. You put out much. We saw ahead of times. We saw them speak on it. And don't think for 1 minute there's only one contaminant of a virus out there. They have made many. Much needs to be done. Not just arresting Fauci. We need to go in and destroy that place. But by destroying it, we could cause catastrophic events of problems and releasing of contaminants that could destroy the world's population. It has to be done very carefully and lucratively. We need to use our minds. This is more important than most will think, and that's why I'm bringing it up, and this is the harshest way to say it to you. It needs taken out. Let's forget the past. We know they did it. Let's forget the funds. We know they did it. Let's forget the lies. We know they did it. Let's forget the fact the true enemy here was the vaccination. But in their hands, they do hold bioweapons, without a doubt. And that's something we need to focus on. It's not over until it's all taken down. I'm not talking too much on one particular thing. I'm talking too much because it's not taken down. It's the man. We got the man. I said the most wanted man in Washington. It became true. I'm telling you now, what is important here? Nations united, not the UN, because they are part of the CIA. They are part of deep state government programs worldwide, globally, that will only enact for the rich. They are a control-mongrel system that will only act and enact and support rich as a military. They are not our friends. We got more friends in Russia than anywhere else on the planet of Earth right now, and that is the truth, outside of Israel. I hope Israel is doing good tonight. I know they were caught into quite a catastrophic event, and I want you to remember one thing. It wasn't until Biden threw money in a bunch of people's faces down there that those missiles not start flying, but that is, in fact, what happened. Their narrative's right out in front of us in every which way you look. And I know there's a hand on a trigger here. I don't think in any way Russia wants to see the people of America suffer. But let me say one thing to you. If he gets the golden opportunity, you can say bye-bye to the left. Have a great night. And I'm old. Seriously, take care. Talk to you.